Baruch atah asher anat melecha ha'olam asher kadishani b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitatif l'tzitzit. Shalom. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Abby. Good morning. I'm very glad you're here. Gosh, I don't know what the show would be if we didn't have mods. You got told your system name was disrespectful, so you had to change it? Who told you that? Someone from this community? I'm sorry to hear that. We're gonna start today with the Shema. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Carl Jung had a profound influence on me when I was younger. I think I probably had my first thoughts about transness through a Jungian framework, which maybe is why it took me so long to realize that I was trans. I think his ideas are quite important, although also rather outdated. Listen, Israel, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Listen, Israel, all is one. All these gods are one. ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודייך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומייך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. What am I singing, talking about? Well, that prayer was called the V'ahavta. It's in Hebrew. It is from the book of Deuteronomy. Good morning, Wendy. And you can translate the V'ahavta as, and you shall love Yahweh Eloheinu with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. And these words that I'm speaking to you today, you shall teach them to your children, and you shall say them when you get up and when you go to bed, and you shall say them when you are away and when you are at home, and you shall bind them as a symbol on your hand, and let them serve as a sign on your forehead, and you shall attach them to the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Mizuzot. Is that a familiar word to any of you? How many of you have heard of the word mizuzot? A mezuzah is an object which contains the V'ahavta. And I think that's quite beautiful, right? Like a serpent which contains itself. A mezuzah which contains the prayer, which in sort of describes or entails its own creation and its own existence. It's quite beautiful. So the V'ahavta says, repeat me. The V'ahavta says, say these words again and again and again. And so we do. And so I say them with you every morning. Even when I'm tired, even when it's late, even when I have a distracting emotional conversation, or when I have other things that I need to do today. Even then, I say these words with you because I think they are important. They might be the most important words that I say every day because I'm keeping something alive that is bigger than me. And that's special. V'chaya, ki v'chaya Elohecha el ha'aretz asher nishba levotecha levram li'Yitzchak ol Yaakov לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת, וברות עצובים אשר לא הזעת, כהרים וזיתים אשר לא נטעת, והלכת ושבת. הישמר לך פן תשכח את יהוה אשר תשכחה מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. When Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things that you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Remember that you live on stolen land, my friend. Remember that you live on stolen land. How long is my morning ritual? Well, I think it's going to be a little bit short today because of the mood that I am in. But usually it lasts about an hour. About 20 to 30 minutes. I go live for about an hour, Abby. It's an hour live and then about half an hour breakfast. It might be 20 or 30 minutes today. Oh, nothing's wrong. I'm just a little frazzled. Oh, you think you get it at the tail end? Yeah. I mean, very few people are actually here for the entire thing. 'Cause it's long. It's optimized to TikTok, so it has all these little pieces so that you can jump in and out at any time. But of course, I'm here for the whole thing. Today, you were right on time. You're my only mod here today. And if you weren't here, it would be chaos. So I'm very glad that you're here. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good day. Well, I think today it will be half an hour. You'll be a mod? Great. Well, if you'd like to mod for me, you should join my Discord server, because we have a nice thing going on over there, and most of the mod team is on Discord, and we can coordinate on there. So if anyone is interested in modding for me, we can always use extra mods. But the way to do that would be to join the Discord server, and yeah. There's a link in my description. I came upon a wedding that old families had contrived, with Bethlehem the bridegroom and Babylon the bride. Oh, great Babylon was trembling, and she stood there naked with me. And Bethlehem inflamed us both like the shy one at some orgy. And when we fell together, all our flesh was like a veil that we had to draw aside to see the serpent eat its tail. Oh, some women wait for Jesus, and some we wait for Cain. So I'll hang upon my altar, and I'll hoist my axe again, and I'll take the one who finds me back to where it all began, back when Jesus was the honeymoon, and Cain was just a man. And we'll read from pleasant Bibles that are bound in blood and skin, that Asherah is gathering all her children back again. Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, shelo ashani isha. I repeat the name of Yahweh Eloheinu, who did not make me a woman. I did. Baruch atah Asherah, Anat Malecha Ha'olam, Asher Yitzar et Ha'adam B'chachama Uvara V'or. I repeat the name of Asher Anat, who made me with many openings and cavities. What plans do I have for today? Well, I am going to move the goats momentarily, and then I'm going to try to make a little bit more of this video that I've been working on. I'm working on a very labor-intensive TikTok video that I don't really have time for. Well, but I'll put in an hour or two into that and see how much I can get done. And then I have a membership meeting that I'm facilitating. A friend of mine wants to live with us, and so we're gonna have a meeting about that, and that'll be 2 hours, and then maybe I will go back to filming. Hopefully. That would be nice. Yeah, we're moving the goats today. We have to move them every 3 days or so. 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Yeah. And then maybe after the meeting I'll have a chance to film. And then breakfast. Dinner. Not breakfast. Then dinner. And then, gosh, it's Thursday, so it's story time on another server that I manage. I moderate a trans voice server that's run by Ziana Arrows. That's where I learned quite a lot about doing community organizing online through Discord. So there's an event that I will be helping facilitate, and then I'll go to bed. So I have a packed day, and I feel sad that I won't really have enough time to film this TikTok video. Because I've been working on it for a while, and I need concerted focus for it, and I haven't had the concerted focus, and that's frustrating. Your host said we were really welcoming for your system the last time you visited alive. That's great, Aurora. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I have a very close friend who recently came out as plural, and it's been challenging. I've sort of lost the ability to communicate with them a little bit, and because of that, I think I've become more sensitive about plural inclusivity, I suppose would be the term for it. But it's like I don't know. It's important. It's important to pay attention to and to care about. And I've not always done the best at that on an interpersonal level. And so the least that I can do is make sure that people in my audience, systems in my audience, are welcome and feel welcome. Yeah, we installed PluralKit on the server. That's, basic decency. Install PluralKit on the server. Yeah. Gajananam Bhutaganati Sevitam Kapita Jambupala Sarabakshitam Umasutam Sakabinasakaranam Mahamatim Divyamayuravahanam Ridasyasinam Surasarnanatam Kuham Sadanam Saranam Prapadye Yakuhandutu Sararadvala Yasupravasvarita Yavinavarandamanditakara Yasvita Padmasana Yabrahmachuta Sankara Patra Pite Vasata Pujita Samampatu Saraswati Bhagavati Nihesa Jatyapa Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nisparanchaya Santaya Shishivanandaya Te Namaha Shivishnudevanandaya Te Namaha Om Sarva Mangla Manglaye Shive Savarta Sadike Saranye Chayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Om So, a plural system is a system of personalities that are intertwined but also separate, that occupy the same body, right? So, there's a medicalized version of the term dissociative identity disorder that may or may not be appropriate for describing certain plural systems. But more generally, it's just people who are more than one person, would be the simplest way of putting it, right? And I think we're all more than one person from time to time, right? Like, certainly who I am in this little TikTok box right now is radically different than who I am off screen, right? So we are all different people at different times. But for plural systems, plural people, the differences are felt in a different way, in a more strong way. Right, and so, it's not even really my place to describe. I mean, I can describe it, but it's not my lived experience. But there are people here who it is their lived experience, and I think it's very important that they are able to show up authentically and to communicate however they wish. Not quite like schizophrenia, no, although they're similar. Chayambakam yajamahe Sugandim pushti vardhanam Urvarukamibavandanan Mrityar mukshiyamamritatom Om Chayambakam yajamahe Sugandim pushti vardhanam Urvarukamibavandanan Mrityar Mukshiyam amritatom. Trayambakam yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Orvarukami bhavandanan Mrityoy Mukshiyam amritatom. Sarvesham svastir bhavatu sarvesham Shantir bhavatu sarvesham Purnam bhavatu sarvesham Mangalam bhavatu Sarve bhavantu sukhina Sarve santu niramaya Sarve bhadrani pashantu Makashid dukhabhagbhabe Asatoma sadgamaya Tamasoma jyotirgamaya Mrityormam ritam gamaya Om purnamadam purnamidam purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya purnamadaya Purnameva vishishate Om shanti 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 Om peace peace peace. So I'm not Hindu, although I am chanting in a language that is typical of Hinduism. The language is Sanskrit. I learned these words at the Shivananda Yoga Center, the yoga ashram in the mountains close to where I live. Shivananda was a guru who sent acolytes into the United States to teach this, and I learned from their descendants. Oh, thank God you're here, Katie. Yeah, the trolls have been harsh today. And the audience is small, though that's not surprising given the way I'm running the stream. I'm a lot less talkative today. I kind of just want to pray. But we're going to have breakfast on the server afterwards for anyone that would like to join us. There is a link in my bio that you can follow to get there. Yeah, I'll be a little bit more talkative on there, but today, I don't know, I woke up in a mood, or my partner woke up in a mood, and spent a long time talking, and then all of a sudden I was late to stream, and late for this and late for that, and I'm not going to get done as much as I had hoped to today. And it makes me simpler, quieter, makes me just want to pray. I don't want to pray to my maker, no. I just want to be feeling free. Not just who I am, but the pink in golden land, and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun, hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer. And I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray, and it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins, and I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer, and I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, 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 I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. Allah made love, and Yahweh made hate. Asher made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh made hate. Allah, God made. But I don't want to pray to my maker. I just want to be what I see. Not like in the book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. No, no. Pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer, and I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. I love Allah made love, and Yahweh made hate. Asher made good, and Anat made bad. Elohim made love, and Yahweh made hate. I love Allah, God made me. Except that's a lie, you know that, right? None of those gods exist. And I made me. So someone asked while I was praying, who am I praying to? Which I think is a very interesting question, given that literally in the prayer I was reciting the names of various gods, right? I said Allah, and Yahweh, and El, and Asherah, and Anat, right? So these are quite literally the gods that I am praying to. I said their names. And their names are foreign to many of you, which is why I imagine you don't hear them even when I say them. Like, I say the names of many, many, many gods throughout this ritual. That's the point, actually, is to say the name of many gods. And in saying all of their names, what I hope to emphasize a bit paradoxically, like this, is that I'm not actually praying to any of them. I'm not praying to any of them. Right, the prayer is I don't want to pray. I don't want to pray to my maker, right? So we could conceptualize God as in some sense making me, right? Like, maybe God is evolution, right? Like, if we say that God is evolution, then sure, God made me, right? In that I was formed by an evolutionary developmental process that is 3.8 billion years old. God made me, right? Could just as easily say my mother made me in her womb, or that I made me, right? Because all of these cells that are continually producing who I am, making themselves, I made me, God made me, my mother made me. That doesn't really matter. What there's something underneath that matters, right? Like the fact that I get to spend this time with you, with this community, contemplating our own creation, right? Like that I have the time, that I get to spend the time wondering about who it is I am and who it is we are, and that we get to reflect on that and we get to experience that. We get to practice experiencing being connected to all, right? Being a part of all. Every day I get to say these words, just reminding me a little bit like, hey, you're part of a 3.8 billion year old lineage, right? Like, that I get to remind myself of that every day. And then I get to remind myself of that with you all. And so who am I praying to? Like, I'm praying to you. Like, quite literally. When I say they're not real, is that a part of my prayer? Yes. All of this is part of my prayer, right? And who I am praying to, in the most literal sense, is you all. Right? I'm praying to you all. I'm praying with you all, and I'm praying to you all. That we may be the kind of people that we wish to be. That we may make ourselves. Can you give us a prayer before you go to bed, please? Sure. This next one is called Arati. It's a fire prayer. You can't actually see my flame today because of the what I did with the cameras. But here's Arati. Here's the flame. This prayer is in Sanskrit, for those of you curious. Jaya Jaya Arati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jaya Arati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Venugopala Venugola Papa Vidura Navanita Choya Jaya Jaya Arati Venkantaramana Venkantaramana Sankatarana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jaya Arati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Samba Sada Shiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jaya Arati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jaya Arati Anjaneya Anjaneya Dattatreya Jaya Jaya Arati Hanumanta Hanumanta Sanistaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Dattatreya Dattatreya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sanistaraya Sanistaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sankaracharya Sankaracharya Advaita Gurave Jaya Jaya Arati Sadgurunata Sadguru Nata Shivananda, Jaya Jayavrti Vishnu Devananda, Vishnu Devananda, Vishnu Devananda, Jaya Jayavrti Agastya Munaye, Agastya Munaye Shriyama Priyaye, Jaya Jayavrti Ayapa Samine Dharma Shastave, Jaya Jayavrti Jesus Gurave, Moses Gurave, Buddha Gurave, Jaya Jayavrti Muhammad Gurave, Guru Nanak Gurave, Samastya Gurubho Namaha, Jaya Jayavrti Venugopala. Natatra Suyobati Natandrakartam Nima Vidyobati Kutoyamagni Twameva Bantaminabandi Sarvam Tasya Basya Samitam Vivanti Om Gange Kayomune Kaiva Govari Saraswati Narmade Sudikaveri Masjitam Namo Namaha. Neither the sun shines there, nor the moon, stars, nor lightning. So from where does this light come? By its light all else is lit. That which shines, all shines through that. By its light all else is lit. Twameva mata japita twameva, twameva bandusha saka twameva. Twameva vidya javinam twameva, twameva sarvam mama deva deva. Kayena vacha manasendriyarva, buddhyatmanava prakriti sabhavad. Karomi adyad mangalam parasmahi, narayana iti sarmarpayami. Sarvadharmam pravichaya mamikam sarvanam vrija, aham sva sarvapapayo mokshayami masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these, I dedicate to you. To all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Hebrew and Sanskrit. You could call it Jewish. Hebrew might be a little bit more appropriate, but yes, Hebrew and Sanskrit. So, we are going to say one more prayer together today, and then we're going to shift over to my Discord server, and we're going to have breakfast together. And that's going to be really nice, right? We're going to have breakfast together. And our final prayer is called Kaddish. And we're going to say Kaddish for all those people who died yesterday of coronavirus and much else besides. And at this point in the stream, I like to ask that if there's anyone that we should be mourning, anyone that we should keep in our collective consciousness today, right now, please put their names in the chat, and we will be mindful of them. And we will say these words for all of those people who are dying, who are suffering, all those who have suffered for the last 3.8 billion years since our lineage began. And we say these words for all those who will continue to suffer until all life is done, whatever that may be. May it be billions of years from now. And for the last 2,500 years, my ancestors have been saying these words to grieve, to mourn, to respond to death. Yitgadal Vidkadash Shemeraba Biyama Dirach Yuteviam Lichmal Chute B'chayachon V'yamechon V'chayedikol Be Israel Bagala Uvizman Kari V'yamru Amin Yehe Shemeraba Meva'arach Li'alam Olmei Olmaya Vitbarach Vishtabach Vitba'ar Vitrman Vitnase Vitadar Vitale Vitalal Shemei de Kudisha Barichu Leila Min Kol Birchata V'Sherata Tush B'chata V'nechemata Jemiran B'yama V'yamru Amin Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'yachol Yisrael V'imru Amin Ose Alom V'imrma Hu Ya Ase Shalom Aleinu V'yachol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Say shalom bimramav, say shalom aleinu, ya lechol Yisrael, v'imru amin. Amen.